So I was just sitting on the couch with my girlfriend, and she goes, Peter, can I ask you a question about things? So I'm like, of course, let's take a look at your things. So I grab a brownie, I grab a nice little cup of soy milk, and I sit there and I say, okay, what's your question? So turns out that her today view in things, the list of things that she wanted to do today, was full of a lot of tasks that, let's just put it in a nice way, saying she wasn't going to get to those today. No way in hell, right? And there was a task in there that, she wants to do at some point. She doesn't want to forget about it, so she was keeping it around in her today view. And I see this all the time. People who are really ambitious and say, you know what, this is the list of things I'm going to work on today, and you don't get to everything today, and you let it roll over to tomorrow. So tomorrow, your to-do list looks more or less the same as it did yesterday, and you, again, don't complete any of your tasks. It just rolls on and rolls on and rolls on, and the list of things that you're supposedly going to work on today just becomes really big, but you don't want to remove any of your tasks from your today list because you're afraid that you're going to forget about them. If this happens to you, what should you do? Well, look here with me inside my Things 3. And so this is a more or less accurate picture of what my Things 3 looked like earlier today. With the exception that these 5 tasks up here, I'd actually already acknowledged to myself that I wasn't going to end up doing these today, even though I originally intended to. But this is kind of the situation, right? Like, it's currently, past 10 p.m. No way in hell am I going to do all of these things today. Maybe I'll finish my daily health routine, review some meeting minutes, and coordinate with someone regarding some Toastmasters Club elections, but I might not even get to that. But I'm certainly not going to do all these things like email past students of my courses to ask for some headshot photos to go along with nice testimonials that they gave me. I'm certainly not going to be uploading a bunch of slides to my course platform. So by the way, background, I'm working on version 3 of one of my courses, Big Picture Productivity. I'm certainly not going to write up some lesson text. It's just not going to happen today. So what you do in this case, where your today list is still full at the end of the day, is you just have to acknowledge to yourself, this ain't going to happen, right? So that's what you got to do. So that's the first step. So I'm just going to take these and say, you know what? These are not going to happen today. And the way you do that in Things 3 is I'm just going to hit Command S, which brings up the When panel, and I'm just going to type clear, or you can type anytime, that works too, and it'll relegate them to the anytime feature out of your today view. So now they're not here, and then you have a much smaller list, and you reduce your list to the point where you think, these are the things that I can do today. At this point, though, you may be thinking, well, I don't want to forget about this stuff, right? And so the thing is, if that's your problem, you got to have some kind of system for making sure that you don't forget about stuff. If you really want to learn how to do this properly, check out my course, Organize Your Life with Things 3, in which I give you a system where, if you follow that, you're not going to forget about stuff anymore, okay? There are weekly and daily processes in place for making sure that you don't. However, real quick right now, I'll explain how it works. There's this anytime view in Things, right? And if I go in here, I can see all the things that I want to do at some point, not necessarily right now, but at some point. And those tasks just got relegated here. So let's see if I can find them. Yeah, some of them are in here. They're really under the 21 more items, right? But they're not listed under today anymore. They got listed to the anytime view. So don't use your today list as a super aspirational, if my day were 5 times as long as it was, this is what I'll do today. Use it in a realistic way. To make sure that you're not going to forget about those tasks, though, here's what you do. You do a weekly review, okay? So if you want to learn how to do a weekly review, I highly recommend that you enroll in my course, but let me give you just the gist of it. This is a repeating project that I have that comes up every Sunday, and it has my current steps for doing a weekly review. Now, there's some basic steps to a weekly review, but you always want to customize your weekly review a little bit for your situation. And so I process my physical inbox. I've got sitting on my desk right here. Got a nice, physical inbox for paper stuff. Process my email inbox. Processing, by the way, doesn't mean literally answering every email or acting on every single email. It just means triaging, right? It just means either we're going to mark it as read, done, whatever. We're going to reply to it now or act on it now if it's quick, or we're going to create a task in our task manager to basically like, deal with this email later. I'm going to process my actual inbox in Things, so my task manager inbox. I'm going to go through all my areas and projects and make sure that they're up to date, that they reflect reality, right? since I'm a member of a Toastmasters club, I have some weekly Toastmasters things that I'd like to check up on. That's like a custom thing that I have. Then I want to see what's coming up this week in terms of events, major demands on my time. And then if necessary, I'll schedule tasks and or projects with upcoming deadlines. And so this is where the magic happens. Those tasks that you took out of today that you're afraid to forget about, you'll see them during your weekly review when you're going through each area and project. But you can also schedule them ahead of time during your weekly review. And I have one other task, but that's not really the point. And on a daily basis, what you do is you go to your anytime view and you say, hey, this is a task I want to work on today. This is a task I want to work on today. This is a task I want to work on today. And you schedule those for today. So you basically do that process of choosing what to work on from scratch every day if this is what's your problem. Okay, so if you have this problem where you're always rolling over tasks, that's how I would recommend that you do it. Okay, well, that was it. So if that's a problem you have, that is my solution. Let me know if this sounds like a problem that you've dealt with before. I'd be curious to hear about that. Just leave a comment below if you found this useful. Give it a like, and other than that, enjoy the rest of your day.